Hi, I'm Keith McAvoy, CEO of Success That Works and founder of Supercharge Academy. Right, so this week, this is a question I keep getting asked. I got asked actually 4 or 5 times so far this week. So here's a little special thing for you. I'm actually going to answer the question on video that I keep getting asked from everyone around me, right? And it's how am I squeezing in what I'm currently doing? And if you follow me, you know what I've probably got going on in my life. At the moment, I've got 2 part-time jobs that are both 3 days a week. Yeah, figure that one out. Plus, I've got my own business going. Plus, I've got like lots of other stuff in the community, so scouting, Parents Association, a really cool school and all that. And I've got 3 kids and a family and all that type of good stuff going on. And the question I keep getting asked is, yeah, but how do you do it? How comes you're squeezing this in and you know, it makes no sense, right? It makes no sense. You're a corporate guy, come from the corporate world. You know the rules about doing these type of things. You know it shouldn't be possible. So how are you making it possible? And I sort of overlooked this. And it was only the fact that people keep asking me that I realized, oh yeah, that there is something going on. So I'm going to try and explain it in as best as possible, how it all works and how it works for me. And my hope is that maybe you're going to get an aha moment from this and go, do you know what? I can actually do some of this. This isn't rocket science, because I promise you, if I can do it, you certainly can do it. This isn't about being super organized. I am not super organized, right? If you ask my wife, she'll tell you that straight away. The amount of times that she keeps going, have you seen the time? Thank God I have her. So I'm not super organized, right? So let's kill that myth straight away. And I am not one of these people who's up at 5 o'clock in the morning pumping weights and doing that. That's not me. I'm crowbarred out of the bed at 7:30, you know, if I'm lucky. Just get out, yeah? But I recognize that I am doing a few things a bit differently. And it's nothing that you can't do, nothing at all. So if I explain my philosophy, that's probably the handiest. I sort of imagine life as actually, yeah, do you have a pen there? The one in the corner is perfect, yeah. So, I got it. So I've got a philosophy in life which is all around, basically it's like having a glass jar, yeah? And we all have this jar, right? And that's life, that's the 24 hours you have each day, right? And you got a pile of tasks and a pile of things you want to squeeze out of that jar. And you know, you got this guy and this guy. These are the really important things, yeah? These are all the big stuff you want. You know, I want to spend time with my family. I want to have a great career. I want to be healthy. Yeah? I want to enjoy my life and live it, yeah? I want great friends and great relationships. So the really important things. But I have to do a whole pile of other stuff. I've got this stuff going on, you know? All these loads of them, small tasks, loads and loads of them, yeah? And there are things that, yeah, I have to do just to keep going in life. You know, I have to, you know, buy a shirt and iron it. I have to, yeah, fill up the car with petrol. I have to, you know, at work, there's meetings I have to attend whether I like to or not, yeah? I know they're not that important, but I need to do them just to keep going so that I can do this stuff. And then lastly, I have thousands of these things going on, yeah? You've got them too, look. Loads and loads and loads and loads and loads and loads and loads of little tiny things that just eat time. So there's me watching television, yeah? There's me on Facebook when I shouldn't be, yeah? There are loads of those little things that are just dragging it out, yeah? And here's the problem. Unless you plan to fill, and these all have to go into this glass jar, because again, I've only got 24 hours in the day, right? I can't have them flown out the edge. So I've got to try and fit all of these things into the jar. Now, listen carefully. Here is the thing that when it hit me, it changed my world. And it was, it was many years, about 15 years ago. It was more than that. I was on a training course in Ford as an engineer. And you know, when you're young, you know everything. And I'm on this training course because there's a few friends of mine in this training course. It's going to be cool because I don't have to learn anything. I know it all, yeah? Well, that was me. And I remember the person sort of stood up and she was explaining a very similar concept about fitting stuff in. And this is very much in a work environment. And this sort of sketch analogy is still stuck with me. And here's why. And she actually didn't have a sketch. She actually had a glass jar. And she put in all of the small stuff. So she had loads of small stuff, right? Yeah, all of this stuff. And then she had bits of gravel. So this is sand. And then she had bits of gravel, those are small stones, yeah? And they're all around there. And then she had a few of these big things. And she got one in, and she got two in, and that was it. There was no room for any more of these things at all, right? No room in the jar. And she said, that's what happens if you don't look at what you're doing. And you're going, I don't get it. I know, what are you're filling up a jar with sand and stones. What are you trying to say? And that was me. And then she drew another diagram. So same diagram again, right? Same diagram, exact same diagram. And this time she did something very different. She took the stones, the big important things, and she put them in first of all. So I said diagram. This is a real glass jar. She did it. She put them in. And then she got these guys, and she put all of them in. And some of these started falling down in between the cracks, yeah? Yeah? And then she got the sand and put all the sand in. And that sort of went down between the cracks, yeah, like that. She fitted all of this stuff into the jar in this second example, the stuff that was overflowing in the first jar. And the only thing she did differently was she put in the big stuff first. And then the penny dropped. The penny dropped. If you look after the big stuff, if you get them prioritized and you get them fitted into your life, all this other stuff will actually flow around it and fill in. And to prove the point, at the end, she said, okay, she had a jug of water, and she then poured the jug of water in on top of all of this to here. And her point was, not only did you fit all the stuff in here that you didn't fit in the first time, you fit it all in, and then you managed to put all of this water in as well, because the water just goes down in amongst all the gaps as well. And you're there going, oh, I get it. I now get it. Prioritizing is critical to what you get out of your day and what you get out of your life, because what you get out of your day today, right today, is going to affect what you get out of this week, which is going to affect what you get out of this month, which is going to affect what you get out of this year, which is going to affect what you get out of the next 5 years, 10 years, 25 years, your life. So prioritize the big things, prioritize the things that are most important to you, and that'll allow all the other little things to just happen. And when I look back on, the last 2 weeks has been insane for me, absolutely insane. I had to go and design and deliver a course brand new from scratch. That's 3 or 4 days work. I had meetings with some very senior divisional vice presidents in one of my other jobs, and had to prepare for all of that as well. Another job, we had to train about 20,000 managers. Yeah, so this is a huge project that we're training loads and loads of people on. So that's all kicking off. In the middle of that, 3 days away with scouts. So we had to organize the food, you had to organize the transportation, make sure we've got all the meds, all of that type of thing right for them as well. Squeeze in these videos and all of that. All of that type of stuff squeezed in. But the only way that I've been able to do this is by focusing on these big things first, putting them into the jar first, prioritizing them in my life, using my calendar to say, here, right in the calendar, here's the 4 hours that I am going to design the course. Here's the 4 hours I'm going to prepare for that meeting. And all those other little things, those phone calls, those little things that are all going in all the time, let them filter on around them. That's it. Can you do this? Yeah? Of course you can. Absolutely, of course you can. So my challenge for you is for the next week is just figure out what your big important things are and prioritize them. Get them into your calendar first. Yep, get them into your calendar first. If you can't control your calendar, you've got a boss who's micromanaging you, figure out a way to do these things early in the morning, late at night, but get them done. Everything else will sort itself out around that. Right, so I hope that really helps. That's my big secret to pretending to be organized, pretending that I work harder than anyone else, because as you can see, I don't. It's just a prioritizing thing. That's all it is. I really hope that helps, and I'll talk to you next week. So if you enjoyed this video and found it useful, I've got 2 things that you can actually do right this second. The first thing is click the button just here and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and that means that you won't miss any future episodes from me. And the second thing that you can do is, if you click the button just here, is you can sign up for my weekly newsletters, which have loads of free tools and insights and lots of really cool stuff that basically will help you to go and earn your worth in a job you love with a great work-life balance, because you so deserve it.